Hi everyone, I'm Meredith. I'm here with Dr. Pompa today, and we're going to be talking about a topic that's really important to a lot of people. And you may not know that it's affecting you right now, but it is actually something that a lot of Americans are suffering from and don't know they have it. And this is a topic called leaky gut, and it's a syndrome that has affected me in my life, and I think a lot of the people that I know. So first of all, what is leaky gut? A lot of you have probably heard about it, but may not know what it is. So,
Yeah.
Dr. Pompa, what is leaky gut?
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's like a modern day epidemic, and I think people are asking, like, why, right? But leaky gut is where literally, I mean, imagine like a pipe, right? And there's holes in the pipe and water's leaking through. Okay, that's the crude example, but it's a little more complicated than that. I mean, there's these little things called tight junctions, and once they open up, and they're meant to be there actually, tight junctions allow immune cells to move in and out of the gut, nutrients to move in and out of the gut, but oftentimes they can become permanently open, and now things that aren't meant to cross are crossing. For example, proteins in food. And then your body starts making antibodies to those proteins, driving inflammation, and we don't feel well. And I think one of the big problems is it oftentimes doesn't happen right away. So it can happen hours later or even a day later with certain intolerances, and people are inflamed. So I guess the point is many Americans, I mean, I saw an estimation one time that 95% of Americans have leaky gut and don't know it. And it's responsible for all these symptoms. So, it really is a modern day epidemic. So things are moving across the gut that should not be there. And by the way, part of leaky gut too is not just these tight junctions. Part of it is, in fact, minor holes that have been caused, through the gut, and that's a major, major problem.
Wow. Well, so what are some of the triggers of leaky gut?
Yeah.
Why are so many people having this issue?
No, it's a great question. Look, I mean, we can go through a laundry list of reasons, right? But I mean, in one nutshell, it's the level of toxicity today that we're seeing. I think even the types of toxins that we're seeing that's causing it. And I'm going to point out one particular because there's a lot of new research here. The senior scientist, Dr. Stephanie Seneff from MIT, has put out some papers in the last few years showing that the overuse of glyphosate, what is glyphosate? Now, thank God you're not exposed to that, but you are, all of us are. It's the active ingredient in Roundup, which is an herbicide, and a very popular topic right now with genetically modified foods actually contain 4, even 10 times the amount of this chemical. So look, genetically modified foods, watch my video on that if you haven't. There's major, major problems with that, okay? But one of which is that it has very high levels of this glyphosate. In her papers, Seneff shows that this glyphosate is causing holes, literally, in the gut. Matter of fact, there's one product called BT corn. It's a genetically modified corn. By the way, it's very, very, unless you're eating 100% organic corn, you are eating GMO corn today. This particular corn actually has been shown to actually cause holes, literally holes in the gut. When butchers are looking at animals that they're slaughtering that eat GMO food, literally their intestines are like cellophane with holes in it. So we're seeing leaky gut in these animals.
Cheese,
yeah, right. No,
Is
exactly.
that
Yes, Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is a modern day problem. I mean, that's just one chemical. Obviously, we're not going through all of them, but showing us why we didn't have growing up a lot of this problem that we're seeing. Although, well, I guess I'm a little older than you, so okay, let me put myself. We didn't have, perhaps some of you out there, we didn't see a lot of this. We didn't see the autoimmune. We didn't see the asthma, the food allergies. This is all leaky gut related. We're seeing this in epidemics, part of which is because this leaky gut issue, part of which is caused because of the levels of glyphosate and other chemicals that we're exposed to today that even, well, my generation necessarily wasn't.
Wow. And so you mentioned autoimmune. What are some of these other diseases that are connected to leaky gut?
Great question. I mean, we're seeing all these food allergies, of course, allergies. I think even a lot of pain conditions. I mean, we can go down the list from, Crohn's, celiac, I mean, all those things. But autoimmune right now, and again, that's a word that may not resonate with some people, but it's where your body's attacking itself. And I would say that a lot of the unexplainable conditions that I see are actually, in fact, autoimmune. Matter of fact, even type 2 diabetes and thyroid conditions, most of it's autoimmune. So this is a modern day epidemic, and if you haven't read my article on autoimmune, do so and watch the video, because the gut plays a role. Once the gut is bad, it's one of these pieces of the puzzle, or one of the legs of the stool, as I say in there, that actually cause autoimmune. So very, very important.
Wow, wow. Just affecting so many things.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, you
really
battled
our
it,
gut,
right? I mean,
yeah.
you started feeling, that you were being sensitive to certain foods, and
Definitely,
yeah,
definitely, yeah. The gut is ground zero. for
yeah.
healing
And
in
there's
so many
solutions.
ways.
I think there's
Yeah.
solutions that people just aren't hearing about it. So
Yeah, wow. So what are some kind of takeaway suggestions you have? So if people are watching, they're feeling like, wow, I have some of these symptoms, I have some of these, possible diseases. For healing leaky gut, what do you recommend?
yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of, I think the most common thing is take probiotic, right? And I think if you read my autoimmune article, you realize it's not so simple.
Right,
You just can't take, probiotic. We need bacteria, but most of the bacteria that we need to get back in there, you're not going to find in a pill or a powder. But that is part of it. Bacteria is part of it. And then we've been blessed to develop some really amazing new products that help shut down those tight junctions. Organic acids, the old take apple cider vinegar. Well, there's truth to that. There's one organic acid in there, and we have a product that we use that has 4. And organic acids help shut down those tight junctions, as well as some other things too. So there's some really new research out there that really can help with this, but again, it's not getting out there.
Right.
I think some of that message has to get out there. And we utilize intermittent fasting even, keeping people away from certain foods for a period of time. Through intermittent fasting, we really have an upregulation of growth hormone and other hormones that really can stimulate the healing process. And then it pulls away the foods that are driving some of the inflammation in the gut. So
Gotta
just a
remove
few
the
tools.
source,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. You have to, and that's huge. You said it right. If you don't remove the sources that are driving it, you'll never fix the problem. And working with a practitioner that really understands that, and it's not just giving you another vitamin or mineral or supplement, that's really important, because if you remove the source, it's my R number 1. If you haven't read my 5 R's, do so, because that is R number 1. You have to remove the source. So
Yeah.
I hope this helps for sure.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks
Yeah.
for watching.
Absolutely.